The otherworldly threat of Knull has woken symbiotes old and new alike. What'll happen next? Well, let's hop into the pages of Absolute Carnage Separation Anxiety issue number 1 and find out. Alrighty then, so this special one-shot actually focuses on the Life Foundation symbiotes. Well, most of them. You'll recall that way back when the Life Foundation created these new suits, Agony, Phage, Scream, who is no longer there, as well as Lasher and Riot. In fact, at the end of a DEADPOOL story, they had all fused together into a new being called Hybrid before being defeated and eventually taking up residency in a dog. Only now, with the coming of Knull, we can see that they've split back into individual suits again and are all on the move to New York to try and reconnect with their god. On their way, they end up coming upon a little girl who's very upset. Apparently, her parents are getting a divorce and she's getting moved across town, which she is none too happy about. She just wishes everyone could stay together as one big happy family. Words that this poor little girl is most definitely going to live to regret as she lets the dog into her house thinking nothing of it. And hey, wouldn't you just know it, the girl's little brother just so happens to be a huge fan of superheroes. This will be important later on, don't you know? The symbiotes all make their move and reveal terrifying new forms, complete with the sick spiral that all of Knull's servants are sporting these days. The Life Foundation symbiotes all need new bodies, and hey, this is a family of 4, perfect for the 4 remaining alien costumes. The mother and father go down pretty easily, but the children decide to give them the slip. And that's really the bulk of the comic for you right here. 2 defenseless, harmless kids running around a house chased by horrifying alien monsters who want to gobble them all up. That's pretty scary and horrifying on its own, but wait, we got new extra twists and wrinkles to put on it. You see, the suits occasionally talk with the parents' voices. And the main suit actually berates the little girl, saying, "Isn't this what you wanted? You wanted everyone to be together, right? To be a family? Well, we symbiotes are a family too. Join us." Now, eventually the girl does concoct a plan, listening to what her brother said about what symbiotes are weak against. She grabs an aerosol can and a lighter. Too bad these new symbiotes under the control of Knull are seemingly not weak to all the same things that hurt them before. Fire slows them down, yes, but certainly doesn't stop them. All the commotion eventually attracts a neighbor too, which the suits end up dealing with. Why did the suits not try and hop onto this guy instead of killing him? Isn't it just hosts that they want? Well, they'll actually explain that later on. Eventually, the poor little girl gets caught and brought to the dinner table for the symbiote equivalent of the dinner scene from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, complete with cannibalism. So if you're like me at this point in the story, you're probably wondering, wow, this is all really dark. This is really messed up. Who's gonna come in at the last minute and save this little girl, right? I mean, it has to have a happy ending, right? Only, no, it doesn't. The little girl totally gets taken over by one of the symbiotes too, and together they all pile into the family station wagon, hoping to use this guise of a happy family as cover to get into New York and get closer to Knull. And it's on that real downer of a note that the comic comes to a close. So that was Absolute Carnage Separation Anxiety issue number 1, everybody. And truth be told, I didn't really know what to expect when picking up this comic, but now I can safely say this was probably one of the most effectively disturbing horror comics I've read from Marvel in, geez, I don't even know how long. This story came to us courtesy of Clay Chapman, the same man who is also writing the Scream tie-in that came out this week, and truth be told, I wasn't really interested in that until I read this book, and now I kind of want to see what it's all about. The dude has a real talent for claustrophobia and making things really uncomfortable, but if he deserves credit, so does the artist on this one. Level does some great redesign work for the Life Foundation symbiotes, and really manages to find all the goriest angles that they can. I wouldn't necessarily call it a must-read for the Absolute Carnage event. I don't think it's going to have very many story ramifications, but it is proof positive that not all tie-ins need to be bad or cookie-cutter. You can actually do some pretty creative things with it. Overall, a 7.5.
Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cave Joel again. I want to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed what you saw, and if you did, why not take a closer look at some of these other videos I have available from the channel. Then you can follow me on Twitter and Facebook at Cave Joel, so you're always up to speed on what I'm doing next. And hey, if you're in a supportive mood, why not check out my Patreon page? Patrons get exclusive access to videos and content before anyone else, and you can do so for as little as $1 a month. I would really appreciate it, and with that, I will be sure to be back again next time with even more great comic content that smacks of greatness. Bye-bye, everyone.